I knew I wanted some kind of other element that took the concentration away from us. A lot of people do like lights and like theatrics, but what I felt like was missing was some kind of homogenization of all the elements working together. Thank God for Claire, because I don't know how we would do it without her. Knowing someone like her, like, and she was so happy, and like I didn't have to like sit there and like convince her.
I worked with Chris in an old band, actually. That's how we became friends. He was the drummer and I sang in an old band. We just sort of stayed connected because I feel like we both have this desire to create something really special and kind of think outside of the box. And you kind of just connect with that kind of a person, you know? For this show, I was really pulling from Martha Graham, who's one of my favorite choreographers. When I was in college, I had just come from like the classical ballet world, which is very much about like fantasy, you know? But then when I was in college and I started studying Martha Graham, she's all about the human condition and grief, but also joy, you know? And I really wanted to pull from the style of Martha Graham for this, because even though it's animals, it feels very much like the human condition that we're talking about thematically. So I just completely fell in love with that. And also Martha Graham would do a lot of, like, even though at the time she was changing the game, a lot of her work feels a bit archaic to me in terms of like she was interpreting like Greek mythology and stuff like that, and this story that Chris gave me to interpret with dance felt very old in that way. And a lot of the dancers that I'm using actually like went to the Martha Graham school, so it was totally easy for them to jump into that style. I tried to make each dancer the character that I thought that they were the most like. So for example, for the Ram, I chose Anna Lee because she's fiery and funny and really quick and has a lot of bursts of energy. And choreographically, we definitely explore that with the Ram. There's a lot of jumping, so Anna Lee will probably be tired. For the Buck, I chose Vera. Vera has like so much classical training. She just has this very like long and regal like energy to her. So just like the image of like the buck for me just made sense. For the Mammoth, I picked Anna because Anna is this like super strong, grounded energy. She actually like teaches fitness, and I've taken her fitness class and it's so intense. She's insanely strong, and I think that strength really comes through in her movement. For the Eagle, I chose Sarah. Sarah has this like very reserved energy to her, to me, and the Eagle just felt right. She's the Eagle to me, you know. My dancers are incredible, so I really appreciated that Chris like basically gave me an outline of what he wanted and the themes and the ideas, because I feel like as a choreographer, it's so much richer if it wasn't all coming from me. Like instead of like Chris could have just handed me this album and could have said make something, but the fact that he had such clear ideas made it such a fun playground for me to explore as a choreographer. When you have multiple artists interpreting something, it becomes richer, right? As opposed to it coming from one person. So I think that was my favorite part of the process, of having something that was already so thought out to work on, you know? My ballet teacher used to say that dancers are disciples of music, and I always really loved that. So even though that's a bit of an old school idea, it's how I like to work because I do love music so much. So I do love exploring that relationship, music first and dance second.